Hi there and welcome to this video. So, a bit of a different one. Recently one of our instructors unfortunately had an accident. I will say that everybody involved was absolutely fine. No one was injured. Cars are a bit, banged up, but they can be fixed and people can't. So based on that accident, we thought, well, we'll let you see the accident and then I'll tell you what we thought. So, yeah.
Let's have another look at that. Our instructor changes lanes to overtake the Mini. The Mini driver has probably spotted the car on the slip road. They then steer right without warning and collide with our car. Our instructor did well to stay in control, as at that speed he could have spun out or even rolled over.
Okay, so now you've watched the video, you can hopefully see kind of what went wrong. So what do we need to do to make sure that we're as safe as possible on that main road whilst we're on the main dual carriageway and people are choosing to join? So the first thing is, let's make it clear who has priority. Traffic on the dual carriageway absolutely has the priority. Anybody choosing to join from the slip road should adjust their speed and their position accordingly to choose and join in a safe place. This is a big misconception. A lot of people think that people on the dual carriageway should move across or move out or reduce their speed to make a safe gap for the people that are joining. That is not the case. The people on the dual carriageway have priority. It is a responsibility of people joining to make sure that they are joining in a safe place. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, what can we do to make sure that we're creating a safe environment for us and potentially other road users on the main road? So firstly, you need to be planning ahead all the time, checking your mirrors, seeing what's around you so that you can make adjustments accordingly. Now I can see I've got a lorry on my right hand side, not directly next to me, but they're overtaking the car behind, and I can also see that there was a sign back there that said that there was an exit in half a mile. That tells me that actually an exit in half a mile means that there's more than likely, and I know there is, a slip road joining from that exit on the other side. So here's the exit to leave, and this is actually where the accident happened. So I'm already anticipating that this is quite a busy junction from the town centre where we live. So I'm already anticipating that there are people going to be wanting to join on this slip road. It's quite a tough one. We don't get great visibility of it before we're there, but I'm already checking my mirrors. I can see that it is not safe for me to move out to the right. There is a very large lorry, and that's a really and actually there's no one on the slip road wanting to join, but that's okay. I would have been aware if there was, and the fact that I'm aware that there was that lorry to the right hand side of me, then I would have been fine. So really, really important to remember as well, large vehicles, it's harder for them to change their speed up or down, and it's harder for them to make sharp or quick adjustments, quick movements to compensate for other people. So be really mindful that when you're following large vehicles, or you've got vehicles to the side of you, behind you, it's harder for them to make adjustments quickly. So bear that in mind. I'm not quite sure what this lorry's doing. He's has been sitting in the right hand lane. Now he's coming back in. That's fine, but obviously he's not adhering to the correct following distance. I'm going to speed up a little bit and potentially overtake this lorry that is in front of me now. So again, I've just passed an exit, which means there's going to be a slip road joining. You want to try and avoid overtaking when approaching a slip road, especially avoid being alongside someone. when approaching a slip road. Remember the diagonal rule. So we teach our pupils to have a diagonal rule. So wherever you are on the dual carriageway, I'm just watching, because those people, that van didn't necessarily create a safe gap. He did get in front. I wouldn't have said it was safe. Just mindful of my following distance. I'm just going to drop back a little bit. You do have a tendency to bunch up sometimes. So try and avoid overtaking on approach to slip roads. You don't want to be alongside a vehicle when something's happening. So if we are approaching a slip road that is joining the dual carriageway and it is really busy, there's a lot going on, and you can see that there's traffic wanting to join, and there's a lot of traffic in the left lane or just generally on the dual carriageway at the point of joining, there's the chances are that somebody's going to have to change speed, change position. It should be the people on the slip road, but don't always, as we already said, don't always assume that they are going to do what they're supposed to do. So, what are your options as a driver on the dual carriageway to make sure that you're being as safe as possible while sticking to the rules of the road? So you have a couple of options. Your first option is you can it's just about changing your speed. It is much safer to be in the left-hand lane than the right-hand lane, as we said, and try and avoid overtaking. Try and avoid being alongside cars. If you're try and just in that left lane. If you need to, the first thing you do is you look at how can you change your speed. So can you speed up or not, or do you have to slow down? Now in this case, I'm approaching a slip road. There could be people joining. I can't see yet. At the moment there isn't. But I did have a vehicle in front of me, and I'm leaving a safe gap between me and them. However, somebody from the slip road may well just come into that gap. And it's quite interesting actually, because Matt, my husband, is following me behind at a safe distance, and the white car that just joined from the slip road actually cut our following distance in half because they wanted to choose that gap, and that's fine. But then it would have been up to Matt then. Obviously he would have dropped back and built up a good following distance again, a safe one. I'm going to come out, so we are in the right hand lane. There's an exit, so there's going to be a join afterwards. Now it's tempting to stay in the right hand lane here, but actually the safest thing to do is be in the left hand lane. That is where we should be driving. Right hand lane is for overtaking only. I'm mindful, actually there's no one on my right. I have a car behind me, which is my husband, and this person does want to join. Now it's up to them to build up speed, but they're not. So using my mirrors and my blind spot checks, I have pulled out, because if I'd have carried on at the speed I was doing, I would have compromised on our following distance because that car's going slower. So I didn't move out of the way to allow them to join, but I was mindful that when they joined, their speed was slower than mine, so I adjusted my driving, my position and my speed to accommodate that. So there was nothing wrong with when they joined the dual carriageway. That person was, that was a good join for them. So now I know I've got another junction coming up. So I've got another slip road merging afterwards. So again, I'm assessing what's going on around me. I can see that I've still got Matt behind me, so that's good. Now I am gaining on these cars, so I'm going to keep going. So here's the exit off, and I know that the slip road joining isn't far behind. There is a van and the lorry ahead, so mindful that, large vehicles. I am going to come into the left. There is a car racing up. I'm mindful of my following distance. So we've got the slip road joining. There is cars in the right-hand lane, and there's 1, 2 and 3 cars on the slip road. Now this Range Rover is the one that's closest to me. So the chances are that they are going to want to just come out. I was absolutely in the right to maintain my position. I'm going the same speed as the lorry in front. I am maintaining a safe following distance. That Range Rover should have adjusted his speed to join safely.
So remember, traffic on the dual carriageway has priority. Plan ahead and be aware of other vehicles. Adjust your speed to help others merge, and change lanes carefully if really necessary. If you found this video interesting, then please visit our channel, as there are over 200 more tutorial videos to help you improve your driving. If you would like to help us make new videos, then please consider becoming a member of our channel. Thanks for watching.